You just need me closer? I mean, I can technically come sit like right under your butt.
What makes it a lot easier if you're just sitting like, so I don't have to walk so far.
I'm literally, my thinkle is touching the chair that I usually sit on.
Yeah, no. But you take up a lot of real estate.
I'll reach more.
Sitting on the
I'll reach around to you.
Don't
more.
break that ottoman.
I had no guarantees. I'm going to start bringing my own furniture. We should start the show.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. Ho, ho, ho.
What'd you call me?
Ho.
I've got hoes.
In different
Santa's got ho.
area codes. This is our Christmas show.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Festivus.
Bunch of assholes.
Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
It doesn't matter.
What's
well, Hanukkah's over with now. Like, it was weird. Hanukkah this year was like the beginning of the month.
You know what? I never thought of it, but I have a blacksmith friend who's Jewish, and you're right. He was like posting about it early. And
yeah.
I didn't pay attention. I'm like, oh yeah, Hanukkah starts before Christmas.
Well,
but
it usually does.
8 crazy nights are gone.
And I usually, and this year I didn't. I usually will post like photos of menorahs like lit for each night on Instagram. I did it last year, just to my stories, and I didn't do any of that this year. Completely forgot about it.
It's been a weird year.
It has.
We celebrated yesterday our my mom's side of the family's Thanksgiving / Christmas, so that was a good time.
Isn't that Festivus?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, it's literally just Festivus.
We gathered around the Festivus pole, deep fried 2 turkeys. So it was a good time. But here we are today. It's almost dark out already. Ooh, fancy bottle opener.
It is. We're recording a little later than normal. We had shit going on.
Yeah, it's that time of year. It's just busy.
It is. Well, and I like Harley has basketball. Lexi has basketball. Like everybody's got fucking basketball.
I do not.
So, I've got some things. I've got things to talk about.
I do too.
Good.
Well, and what I did is I found some Christmas jokes and then a heart-touching story. I figured we could like end the Christmas episode with.
Oh, I've got.
So we'll do your stuff and then
origin of the word fuck.
Mom's going to love this Christmas episode.
Yeah. And then I've also got a weird story that I found on the YouTubes, or not the YouTubes, on the Facebooks.
Okay.
It's not really a weird story. Well, it's not really a weird story. It is the origin of the love-hate tattoos.
Awesome.
So and their origin of West Virginia, coming from West Virginia.
Let's get into the beers before they start getting warm.
Well, calm down.
No, I want the beer.
Okay. He wants the beer.
I want the bee.
Yeah, so it's 12 Dogs of Christmas Ale.
From? Who's this from?
Who's this from? Thirsty Dog
Brewing Company out of... Where are they out of?
Where are they out of?
There's no lighting over here.
I know. They're out of... it's bottom brewed out of Akron. I'm waiting for you to, break out a flashlight.
I got a flashlight. I'm in the dark corner of the studio now.
Broke my chair. Christmas go sit in the corner.
You're in timeout, fatty.
Fucker.
This beer name sums up the idea of bringing the best together to celebrate. It's filled with seasonal flavors from generous amounts of toasted and caramel malts mixed with equally generous amounts of honey, cinnamon, ginger, and nuts. Nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Not nuts.
Not testicles.
These nuts.
We fill it as the perfect libation filled with flavors of the season.
So
best served at 43 to 49 degrees.
Well, it's not that. It's a lot more. It's a lot colder than that because I like my beer cold.
Me too.
So
it's 8.3%.
Yep, it's a higher percent. The rumor that I've heard is Great Lakes has a Christmas ale.
Okay.
And everybody would go ape shit. Like, gotta get fucking Great Lakes. They would buy cases and cases and cases of it.
Yeah.
So what the story that I heard was a few years ago, the guy who came up with the Great Lakes recipe for their Christmas ale left. And he took the recipe with him.
I was going to say, so is this it?
And supposedly this is it. So, and 12 Dogs of Christmas it's not hard to get, but it does run out really quick. Unlike...
It doesn't have a strong smell.
Christmas ale, which is readily available everywhere now. So there may be some truth to that. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I just heard it. It was like pre-internet rumor. I heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody whose brother was somebody who heard it from somebody else.
4 to 13 friends or have bad luck for 13 years.
Yes, and there was no chance of ever being able to verify any of that. Like, Oh, like the new kids on the block having their stomachs pumped because they drank so much semen.
See, I heard that when we were growing up. It wasn't New
did.
Kids on the Block.
No, I didn't either. I couldn't think. Barry Manilow?
It's Barry Manilow. Absolutely. Who was that?
I'm trying to. It's Rod Stewart.
No, it was one of the female hip hop artists.
Oh no, I didn't hear it was. I heard it was like
Little Kim. Little Kim's the one that went around our school.
Oh, I didn't hear Little Kim. She's the queen bee.
Yeah, so she yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I actually
I
like her.
I have no preference either way. I don't like or dislike her. She exists.
Yeah,
her music's whatever.
I used to listen to her music.
But let's talk more beery.
More beery. So go ahead.
All right, I'm going to taste it.
I've had bottles of it. So, what are your initial thoughts? Because you're not a beer person.
I'm not a. You're right. I'm not a beer person. I'm not a craft beer person. That's more the discussion.
I wouldn't even really call this a craft beer.
Whatever. I'm talking like Yuengling, Miller Lite, Bud Light, all the ones I've had. Coors Light. I used to drink Coors Light when I was younger. Hot day, cold beer. Sometimes they go together, but some of those beers you get.
Oh, there's some of those. I wouldn't drink those after mowing.
And then not that you've given me some that I've liked, and you've given me some that I didn't.
I gave you the ones I didn't like.
Right. And once sat in my fridge for so long, you told me to dump it down the drain, so I did.
Just get rid of it.
Because I just don't think about beer. I don't ever have beer in my fridge. This, I like. It's got a little bit of it's not real hoppy.
Nope.
Which I hate real hoppy beers. It's got a little sweetness to it.
So a little sweetness.
Little baking spices kind of thing.
And some nutmegage.
Yeah, it's very, the cinnamon and nutmeg, I think, are blending well together in my mouth. I do like this.
It's better than pumpkin spice. It's Christmas spice.
Yeah, I could have a few of these. This is pretty good.
Yeah, good.
I like it. This tastes like it's got a good beer flavor, which for me, a good beer flavor is like a Yuengling or a Yuengling Light.
Yeah.
Depending.
I guess. Yuengling Black and Tan.
Yeah, I actually like those.
Yeah. I think Yuengling does.
I like Killian's.
The best out of all of the American breweries. Like the big American breweries.
That's how I feel. But I've never liked a heavy stout like a Guinness. This, I could drink these. This has it's mild spice. No, that's what I'm saying. It drinks like a light beer.
Yeah.
But it's got a minor sweetness and a mild nutmeg cinnamon spice. Kind of like I'm drinking a bakery. Like if I'm just blending up baked goods.
I need the bottle opener because we're going to go from this right to the next one.
Oh, I don't even get to finish this. Okay. All right. Here's your bottle opener. Your mermaid.
Yes. You'll get to finish this, yes.
Well, I assumed you weren't going to have me take 2 sips and then throw it away because you're not going to drink after me.
Maybe. Actually, this bottle opener
might not work.
Oh, shit.
I had to flip it.
That's what I just...
I'll say one side seems to work better than the other.
So...
You either got to look at her butt or at her boobs.
All right, so this one...
I should have given you my glass when you came. So we're pouring something into a glass. It's in a different bottle. It's not your standard beer bottle. Kind of looks like a wine bottle that got shrunk.
Kind of. It's almost like a it's like almost like a mead bottle, kind of like if you picture a mead bottle. This is what this is.
Like
okay,
the way this smells.
So I want you to try it, and then I'll tell you what it is. Because I've already had a bottle of this.
This kind of smells like meat almost. It smells sweet, a little. I don't know if it's honey or. All right, I'm going to try it. It smells great. I love the smell.
And then you tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about it, and then I'll tell you what it is.
This tastes like a cross between a fortified wine and a mead.
Okay.
It's almost like a fermented apple juice kind of.
Yeah.
It's a fermented fruit drink feel in taste. I can't place the fruit. It's not just that. Maybe like a mixed fruit. Maybe like apples and blueberries or something. But it's good. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. How many? So this bottle.
I'm afraid you're going to tell me it's made with like real horse semen or something.
It might be.
Okay.
This bottle is $10 a bottle.
I'm pricey for a beer, not pricey for a bottle of wine. Okay. Overall.
Well, so and it's also ounces? It's a.
Can you see? We usually have daylight shining in the window here.
It's a full pint, or no, sorry, it's 1 pint, 0.9 ounces. It's 1.9.
It's a pint.
It's a little over a pint.
Yeah, a little over a pint. Okay. So, I mean,
like
depending on what it is, I like it. Yeah,
but it's not going to depend on what it is. You either liking it or you don't like it.
I was talking price for how much you get.
All right, so it's $10. It's $10 for a pint. It's the exact same thing that we just had.
As the beer?
Yep.
Okay. So what's the difference?
It is 12 Dogs of Christmas Ale in aged in rum barrels.
There's the difference then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I still get that. Like I said before, it smells like a honey. And then you get the fruit. The fruit. I didn't get as much spice out of this.
No, it's more.
This is more the vanilla-y, rummy. I guess
it's more rummy, gin rummy. It's more gin rummy.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, for $10, not bad. I don't know how many I'd buy or whatever, but thank you, sir, for topping me off there.
There you go.
Not really topping, but we finished the bottle.
So this one is where it's a limited barrel release. I tried to go back and get 2 more because I really liked it,
and they're gone.
And they were gone. And I bought these weeks ago.
Yeah, that's a shame because this is really good.
It's a limited release. I get it. So, but I bought these weeks ago. Like
I don't know which one I want to. I'm gonna have to go back and forth.
No, just go back and forth. It's because it's the same beer.
The beer's good, but this tastes more like a mead. Really, it seems a little bit. I don't know, less viscosity.
Well, and that's probably just because it sat in a rum barrel for forever. I can't find a APV on this.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy one of those little rum barrels, and I've got a buddy that homebrews beer. And we're going to just bring one to the studio and sit by the window.
I'm done. We can do that.
And let's just stage our own.
I mean,
do it for 6 months or however long we want.
This room,
and then we can open the bung.
Changes temperature so often and so frequently. For sure. And
if you set it right in the sun too, right by the window,
an aging process that went along with it. Yeah, I can't find an APV.
I have to reach out to them.
ABV on this. I can't find an APB on it. Apprehend.
All police bulletin. Be on the lookout for this bottle.
Yeah,
this is really good.
I'm almost certain though that it's about 10%.
Well, the beer's 8.3, so I don't know how the rum barrel would change it. I'm sure it changes it.
It would add additional alcohols.
Right. Can you Google it?
No, I probably could.
Probably could, but probably not going to.
No, I will. I'll figure it out.
Good looking bottle.
It's a beautiful bottle. That's why I went downstairs and took 2 pictures.
Good product. Yeah, I like these.
Yeah, this is good stuff. So
very well done, Thirsty Dog.
Knowing that they're the exact same beer,
just
one's finished, and one is normally how they would make it. What are your thoughts on the original bottle?
So you've been drinking. Have you drank both these together yet?
No.
Take a little sip of your rum finished one, and then take a sip of the beer. I think it adds to the flavor of the beer.
It definitely does something.
Yeah, I like them both.
I like it.
I don't think. If I had to pick one, if I have no other option, but I have to pick one, and I can only get one bottle of it for who cares what occasion, oh man, this is tough.
It is a tough one.
They're both good. Slight edge to the rum finished, just because I think it's. I enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know why. I like it just slightly better. But ranking wise, I'd put them on the same. So the Thirsty Dog you got pretty easily, right?
Yeah, it was readily. Well, that one was readily available when I bought it. It's not.
Well, it's a seasonal thing.
It's a seasonal one.
It's like that. The Jack Daniel's Winter Jack.
Yeah,
it comes and goes.
Yeah.
Chameleon. It comes on Mo.
Well, there's our Mo man.
There's your shout out, Mo.
It comes on Mo.
So I assume, did you get this on a 6-pack then?
It came in a 6-pack, and it was $12.99 for the 6-pack.
Oh, so you're talking? I mean, that's less than a bottle of beer at a bar, basically, or same price
for the most part. It was $12.99 for the 6-pack.
So you're talking just over a couple bucks of beer.
Yeah, I mean it's not crazy expensive. So, and I was right. It's 10.4% on the Rum Barrel version of 12 Dogs at Christmas.
I personally, I'm going back and forth. I like them both.
So
I'm going to rank these both at a 3.5.
They both get a 3.5 from me as well. Both of them.
We rank pretty similar these
now,
days.
As far as the one that I had to go to over the other, I would probably pick the original, just the flat out 12 Dogs at Christmas,
where I do the
Rum Barrel.
Big
At some
price point difference.
Well, not even the price point difference. Like that doesn't bother me.
I know.
But the sweetness of the Rum Barrel one at some point would just get to me, and I just wouldn't be able to do any more of it.
I would agree with you on that. I would agree that even for me, who we've talked about many times before, I've got a sweet tooth. This, like the meads, I slam the mead, but then I sit there and go, ugh.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of too much. Some of them. It depends on which mead it is.
Now, they have a version of this that's aged in bourbon barrels, too.
Oh, you got to find that.
It's available in 4-packs.
Let's find it.
It's got a foil wrap on the neck, and it's available until December 31st.
If any of you find that, buy a 4-pack. We will pay for the 4-pack, and we will let you send it to us.
Yeah. Hell, we'll have you. I'll have you on the show just for that. They have
just bring it. Deliver it to us.
They have so many barrel aged versions of the stuff that they do.
Oh man, it's making me burp.
Son of a bitch.
Carbonation.
I'm looking right now to see if they have different. So I'm not seeing different versions of the 12 Dogs at Christmas. Just they don't even list this one on their site.
You know what they should have done? They should have done the 12 Dogs beer and then aged it 12 different ways or finished it 12 different ways.
That would have been awesome.
I don't know how you would do 12, but...
Well, you could use different whiskey barrels, rum barrels.
You take one, just put in a plastic barrel with a partridge in it. And then you take one and you have the 5 gold rings in it. And then you have one, you have
sounds like
9 lords of
metal
leaping
poisoning.
in it.
That sounds like
decomposition.
At that point, you're just drinking semen. Those 12 lords of leaping, they're jacking off in that barrel.
You know they're all in there, just like a big old jacuzzi of men. Floating around in this vat.
All kinds of sex going
however
on.
Many ladies dancing.
Well, those are in a different barrel.
Oh, tastes salty.
God, there's 12 Lords of Leaping, like schmegma.
Was it 12? I don't remember the order.
It doesn't matter. Just all the schmegma.
Just so much schmegma in my beer.
Snail trails.
All right, so maybe we shouldn't do that.
No,
maybe we should not follow along with the song.
No, don't follow. Do 12 different versions. But
do a rum barrel, bourbon barrel.
Do rum, do bourbon, do a wheated bourbon, do a rye bourbon, do a wine.
What if they aged it in that righteous
That would be amazing.
From Junction 35.
Oh, shit. That would be amazing. That'd be awesome.
That'd be so good.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, well done. I say if you guys can find this, it's Thirsty Dog Brewing Company.
You're not going to find it. Just...
You don't know.
I was looking for more.
Yeah, but up in Bryan, Ohio, where 4 people live, this could be getting dusty on a shelf because nobody knows what it is. You haven't driven.
I've never even heard of Bryan, Ohio.
That's where Dum Dum lollipops are made. I only know that is because one of our bases.
I don't even eat Dum Dum lollipops.
I don't either. But I did hide $20 there. It's on my TikTok. Nobody's found it yet.
No, I would just go back and get it at this point.
It's 4 hours away. It ain't worth it.
Next time you're up that way.
It's fine. It's out there under a rock.
It's just like,
wrapped in a Ziploc baggie.
It's decomposed.
No, it's in a Ziploc baggie and taped up. It should be good.
That doesn't mean anything.
It's fine.
I've seen
plastic lasts in landfills for eons.
Not a Ziploc baggie.
437 years from now, somebody's going to find it.
Then we're like, what the hell is this?
See my note that says, hey, follow us on TikTok. And we're like, what's TikTok?
Speaking of, I will have a new decoration for the studio here soon.
Okay.
I've got to order the frame.
It's your 1 million subscriber YouTube plaque.
It's close.
From all the subscribers on the Buckhorn YouTube.
So close. It's a $100 counterfeit bill.
Nice.
So I completely forgot about it. And I did do some research. It is legal for you to own counterfeit money.
You just can't make it or try to pass it off as real.
You cannot try to use it. You're not even passing it off as real. You're just not allowed to use it. So there's a whole market of people buying and selling counterfeit coins
just to collect,
like collectors.
But they're not using them as currency.
No, they're using currency to buy shitty fake currency.
So instead of non-fungible tokens, these are fungible tokens.
They're super fungible, like so much fungible that they're fun.
Oh, I would fung so many tokens.
But I found my grandmother, before she passed away, like a couple years before she passed away, she had made a comment about having this $100 bill that my grandfather, a guy, was cashing in money in the 80s. And he's just like, well, there was this $100 bill. So I took a $100 bill and I just replaced it. He's like, I kept the $100 bill. Which, whether ethically that's something you should do when you're running a bank or not, he didn't turn it into the FBI or
so he knew
security.
It was counterfeit.
Well, he found out it was counterfeit as he was counting cash.
He took it and replaced it with a legitimate $100 bill.
Yes.
I would say ethically, that's probably better in the long run because nobody lost money.
Well, either way, the bank wouldn't have lost money because it would have just written it off and got the money back anyway.
Right.
So
he basically paid $100. He bought
$100, a fake $100.
Now, if you get caught doing that, especially these days, you'd probably be in a lot of trouble.
I don't know.
In my mind,
probably. I mean, but
when I was in banking, which has been 15 years ago, like we had to mark that, record it, send it into the main headquarters. Like it's a big deal because they try to use that to find
out who's doing
it, and what's the serial number. And,
this was the 80s; they couldn't figure out.
Oh
shit,
no,
so.
that's what I'm saying. Back then, I don't see an issue with it myself.
I don't either.
If he put in 100.
So
it'd be different if he took 100 out of his drawer, real or fake, and be like, "Oh, my drawer's 100 off." Weird.
No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So he essentially bought it with his own cash, and then my grandmother's just been sitting on it,
literally,
for the most part. I mean, it was
up her butt.
It was hidden
between her cheeks.
Maybe, I don't know.
Grandma, this smells funny. What have you done with it?
Well, she sent it to me.
Okay.
So, because I asked her about it, I'm like, "Well, I want it." And she's like, "Don't get caught with it. You're not allowed to have this. You can't have it in your possession. You'll get in trouble. The FBI will be at your house." And I'm like,
if she was that worried, why didn't she burn it years ago?
I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. Because it was one of the things that my grandfather did. So it was like one of his possessions. So I asked her for it. She ended up sending it to me through the mail, mind you.
Yeah, perfectly safe.
Miss, don't get caught with
this. Don't let the feds know, but I'm sending this through the United States Postal Service.
Right. So she sent it, whatever. And I was doing I found it, like, I completely forgot she sent it to me. And I was, rifling through a drawer, and I found it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have this thing.
Okay, so you've had it a while.
I've had it quite a while. And so I did some quick research today to find out if it was illegal.
It's nice that you said you want it, and then you threw it in a drawer and forgot about
it. Well, it wasn't that I threw it in a drawer. It was like I left it in the card that she sent it and stuck the card in the drawers like, hey, okay, this is more like safekeeping type of thing.
You should have kept it safe by putting it between your butt cheeks.
I probably should have. But I didn't do that. And so I started looking today real quick.
Right in your prison purse. Keister that sucker.
I don't have a prison purse.
Everybody's got a prison purse.
Nope. You have to go to prison to have a prison purse.
I don't think you do.
I think you might.
I think you can go to somebody's love dungeon and get a quote unquote prison purse.
Well, I'm not going to a love dungeon, so doesn't matter.
Call it like a harnessed handbag.
Either way.
A strap-on satchel.
I did some searching today.
You're trying not to smile. I like it.
Realized that it is not illegal to own counterfeit cash.
So now you can display it.
So I'm going to buy one of those. It's like a dollar bill frame.
Right, for like a business.
For a business.
Here's our first dollar.
It's like $16 for a frame. So I'm going to buy the frame and I'm going to hang it up in here. And I also found an image of like this. It's like 24 by 48. It's a $100 bill, but it's got Scrooge McDuck like diving into all of his money, like painted over the $100 bill. It's like $250. I'm like, I think I might buy that too. I'm gonna start decorating this motherfucker.
I mean, your studio. I'm just recording in it.
Right. And so, speaking of basement studios,
yeah,
walls aren't getting painted.
Good news. Your basement studio is done.
No, it's not.
No, because I had a dream last night.
Yeah.
It's a long story.
Well,
really crazy, but in my dream, I left my craziness of my house, which was a different house, which was owned by somebody else, came here and you went, studio's done, and we have a bathroom down here.
Well, we won't be having a bathroom down there. So
yeah, I read your post.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, no, so yeah, I was going to paint the walls with...
Fair warning, listeners, this is where it gets really exciting.
Yeah,
where we talk about
super exciting.
Remodeling a basement.
I was going to paint the wall. I was going to paint the exposed brick with
next on this
waterproof
house
paint.
Right.
With foundation paint, essentially. And what I found out was that's not going to fix my problem, and it's going to create more problems down the road.
You get those really cool bubbles.
Really cool bubbles, and in some cases, it looks like the paint is melting off the wall.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Yeah, I don't want that. So I'm not painting. I'm not going to paint a goddamn thing. I'm just going to put up the walls like I intended to. Because it'll allow the concrete to breathe.
Yeah.
And where I'm putting up the walls isn't going to make a difference anyway, because the concrete isn't exposed.
There you go.
So, fuck it.
Done deal.
Done deal. I don't care. I just want to get the basement done So I'll put up the walls I need to put up, and
in my dream last night it was done, and it was nice.
Well, it'll be done. It'll be nice. I already told Liz she has to get her shit out of there. All your crafting shit's got to go. I've got to buy shelves. I've got to buy wood. I've got to buy nails.
Oh, I've got wood.
Well, I do too, but I'm not using it for a wall.
I'm using it for a hammer.
I ain't even using it for a hammer. That would hurt.
I'm using mine for one of those little toy hammers.
The head.
Tink, 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 tink.
Nope.
Jewelry
So
hammer.
anyway, and now that I realize that this is our Christmas show. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. If you get offended by either one of those,
I've already seen posts.
fuck off.
I say Merry Christmas. If you agree, like and share. It's all these old white people.
I don't give a shit.
And I was like, or it said like, I say Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays. I'm like, why not both?
Yeah.
What's it hurt to just tell somebody else?
Well, really, I mean, think about it.
Some people don't celebrate any holiday this time of year.
But if you say Happy Holidays, you're covering Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's.
For me growing up, when I heard Happy Holidays,
fuck it. I don't care.
In the way I was raised was respect everybody, you know. But when I would say Happy Holidays, I just meant in my mind when I was younger, Christmas and New Year's,
right?
Because that's who I celebrate. Granted, now I think I could cover every holiday, no matter what it is.
I agree.
So,
and if someone says Happy Holidays to me, I repeat Happy Holidays. If someone says Merry Christmas,
I usually say, "Hey, yeah, you too." Like whatever they say.
I just respond with Merry Christmas. I don't give a shit.
If somebody walked up to me and thought I was a different nationality, like DJ says I can be, and says Happy Kwanzaa or something, I'd be like, "Hey, thanks, you too." Maybe that's what they say. I don't know.
I mean, I hope anybody that gets offended by anything like that, I hope Krampus comes and eats their children.
I almost did a deep dive on Krampus for our Christmas episode.
Well, so my buddy Paul and I have been going back and forth.
That's a weird name.
Paul
and I,
yeah.
Must be Italian.
A little bit. Well, he's more like German.
Paul and I fragile. Also, he's Paul and I Wiedersehen.
It's like, it's hard like Stein.
Stein.
But he, actually it's Geigel. But him and I go back and forth on Krampus. So now that it's the week of Christmas, we will start sending each other like Krampus shit. Like Krampus eating children and kidnapping children and
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff about Krampus.
I've seen some good memes.
I'm a big fan of Krampus. I want a Krampus mask. And I showed them to you a while ago.
Yeah.
But they use ibex. Is it ibex? The deer from Africa that climbs mountains.
Something like that, yeah.
They use the horns from an ibex.
Like the real horns?
The real horns. So you've got these massive fucking horns on this wooden mask.
That'd be awesome. And wonder how heavy that would be.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's because it's going to hang on the wall.
You'd have to work your neck muscles, your traps.
Be amazing.
Have to have strong glutes to wear that.
I'd wear it to the gym. Freak out Brandon and Jimmy.
Ibex Krampus.
No, there's actually an Instagram account that has this guy makes them. And
is it like these ones?
Those are what the horns look like, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is a Ibex.
Ibex. Yeah. I was close. I said Ibex.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know either way.
Yeah.
Ibex Krampus mask.
But there's a guy I think he's in Austria.
Oh man, look at this one.
Or
look at that.
No. They're the ones he makes are so much better than that. Like that's good.
That's fine. I just googled
but
that.
This
looks
guy
like freaking Santa.
This guy's shit is like off the charts. Like, nope.
You have to find it soon.
I'm trying to find it now. Like I may have to go and just run back through some of our Paul and I's chats.
I'm literally like just Googling and looking at.
No, that's more like a goat man. That's like
it's Goat Boy.
That's Goat Boy.
Goat Boy off Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. No, I'll find. Give me a second. I'll find it.
Here's one from KrampusMasks.com.
Nope.
Not good enough for Martelle.
Not good enough. Not good enough.
You can buy them off Etsy. Go on to Etsy and order your Christmas gifts and your Krampus mask.
Yeah, I'll find it here with Paul, and I'll figure it out. It may take me a minute. I'll search for it while we're talking about shit. But
what else? You said you had something to talk about.
Well, I had so now that this is really our Christmas episode, we probably shouldn't talk about the origin of fuck.
Well, that's what you said we were going to do.
I know I did, and you know what? I don't think we're going to now.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Or the origins of the love-hate tattoo, which is interesting as hell, but we'll save that for another show.
Well, if it's interesting, it can be.
But it's not
gift.
Christmas-y.
So it's a Christmas gift from us to them.
A Christmas gift.
A Christmas gift. Gift.
That one we can talk about because it involves.
We should have had Patrick on for Christmas. That would have been great.
We could have. I mean, we could have had DJ on, but
yeah, he's been wanting to come back on.
I know he has.
I thought about inviting GW too, but then he moved to Grove City, and I was like, he's not on my way.
He moved to Grove City?
Yeah.
From Circleville to Grove City?
Yeah.
That's like the Jeffersons.
Like outside of Grove City. Yeah, he's moving on up.
He's moving on
to the
up.
Lower West Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found these, they sold their house because they've put $5,000 into it over 5 years.
That's it?
And they made like $80,000 selling it right now.
I mean, I'll give them that, but that's it?
Yeah.
Just 5 to 10 grand?
I don't remember now because they bought flooring, did it all themselves. Bought paint, did it all themselves.
I've got 8 just in landscaping out front.
Oh, you're dumb here.
I've got 100 just in the backyard. Actually, I've got a little more than 100 in the backyard.
Just wait until spring when the market tanks and your property's worth crap.
I don't give a shit because the property can tank, and as long as my taxes tank with it,
hey, there you go.
Rock on, because apparently I'm being buried in the backyard, according to Liz.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah,
it's a big backyard
for somebody else.
I'd throw you in the swamp.
Well, that may not exist. If I can get my way, that shit ain't going to exist either.
Martelle Swamp. I'll turn it back into a swamp after you die.
Which we had there was an enormous fucking bird. It wasn't like a red-tailed hawk because they have white bellies. This had a red belly, and it was about the size of a hawk sitting in that lone tree that I left because the chainsaw broke and I couldn't cut it down.
In the last one?
Yeah, it was sitting out there yesterday.
It was a really fat sparrow.
I thought it was an oversized robin. No, I think
it was a red-breasted booby.
It's actually a red-shouldered hawk.
Okay, don't know what that is.
I
saw a falcon like 3 feet away from me while driving last week.
Oh, falcons are amazing.
It was right by the road, and I was like, from afar, I was like, oh, turkey vulture. So I got close. I'm like, I ain't no turkey vulture. And right as I got close to start taking off, I was like, "That's sweet."
Yeah, they're little, like they're tiny. They're not huge. We actually had one that was wounded, that got stuck in the trampoline net.
Oh, nice!
And I took it out of the trampoline net. I was kind of holding it, and it
snapped its neck, cleaned it, and put it in the smoker.
No. This was a couple years ago. It was perched on my finger, and it just kind of sat there for a minute before it took off. Like I was moving my hand up in the air trying to get it to go.
Yeah. And it was like, dude, I'm stuck in a net. Give me a second.
He's just like, nope, fuck you. Nope, fuck you. I'm like, let go. He was like, nope.
You start shaking your finger trying to get off like you got a sticky booger on there. Get away.
Like packing a can of dip. So I'm still looking through and trying to find the crumpus shit that I sent Paul. But, yeah, anyway.
So what are we going to talk about then?
I don't know. I was hoping maybe you'd sing a song for Mo.
I can't.
You can't sing a Christmas song?
Nope.
Do I have to leave the room?
Up on the housetop, reindeer's balls, they're shriveled up because it's cold. Down through the chimney, a fat guy gets stuck. The kids want their presents.
And Mom busts a nut. I'll just chime in occasionally.
Ho, 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 I want Mo. Ho, ho, ho. Mo, mo, mo. Up on the housetop. Click, click, click. Down through the chimney with Santa's
dick. See, I was going to jump in with you can lick a dick, but...
I mean, hey, to each their own.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that.
Did you find it yet?
No, it was just, I took a picture of my underwear and sent it to Paul.
Oh, it's that.
I just responded with fuck yes, and apparently I'm sitting on the shitter, and I just took a picture straight down of just
just your boxer briefs,
just my boxers. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that we send back and forth to each other. It's all carb-based stuff. Paul's a good guy. It's all, and he sends stuff just as bad as I do, but it's all carb-based stuff, and he'll just send something. I'll just respond with a big fuck you in capital letters. And he's like, yep, seems about right. That's adequate. Perfect response. Yeah, this is going to take me forever. I'm only in August of 2021. So anyway, you've seen people, I guess we'll talk about the love-hate tattoos. You've seen people with the love-hate tattoos on their fingers? Like one will say love, one will say hate.
No.
You never seen those?
I don't believe so. Should I Google it?
No.
But you don't have the TV hooked up.
But I've seen artists that have it, that have the love-hate tattoos, and it's just like, on the left hand they'll have love, and on the right hand
you're
they
talking
have
about
hate.
like across the knuckles?
Yes.
Like, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that. I mean, there's a lot of people that have it.
Yeah.
But there's an origin to it. Like where it actually started.
Okay. Hit me with it.
It started in West Virginia.
Makes sense.
Does it, though?
Yeah.
So
everybody loves their cousin in West Virginia, but they hate that it's really, really gross.
I guess.
They still do it anyway.
It's actually from a murderous preacher. So he was a Lonely Heart serial killer, and then he was infamous in the state penitentiary at Moundsville.
What was his name?
Mitchum. Or no. Harry, let's see. He plays preacher. I think his name was Harry Powell. So I'm trying to, I read through this article once already, but it was written, so it was made, it's in a book based on true stories.
Okay.
That was written by Robert Mitchum, who was an actor in a 1955 movie called The Night of the Hunter. That is in a novel by Davis Grubb.
Well, that all just makes sense.
Right. So Grubb is the author. He's the author of the book The Night of the Hunter, and then they made a movie about it. But basically what it is... So
this murderous preacher got this tattoo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to follow.
So...
Not that you don't do a great job reading and spelling things out.
No, and I'm not reading through this. I'm just kind of pinpointing the highlights of the origin of how it happened and what happened. So apparently this preacher he murdered children.
Oh, well, okay. I listened to a podcast about a preacher who was against homosexuality, but behind the scenes, this was in Arkansas, I think, or Missouri, Mississippi.
Okay.
He liked to do things with his wife in a sexual manner.
Okay.
And call her certain names that you wouldn't expect from a man of God.
Okay.
And then he continuously pressured her to have a threesome with another male and asked if she would be okay with him calling her derogatory terms in the process. Long story short, come to find out, these were heavy-set white people. And then the way the podcast, I had to look them up because the podcast I listened to about it said the guy they got to be their third wheel looked like a cross between Coolio and DMX. But the poor version.
He was bald with braids?
But the poor version. So yeah, so basically like Coolio today with the braids where there's like four of them left.
Okay.
And then turns out wife starts sneaking away just to sleep with this other guy too on the side. But the very, very outspoken against homosexuality, big fat white pastor, also snuck away from his wife to sleep with this dude on the side.
Wow.
And then apparently his pastor's very abusive according to her.
Okay.
His family says she's a liar, but she ended up shooting him and killing him so she could be with the other guy. Very messed up story.
I'll allow it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So
anyway, back to
the murderous preacher. So what has happened? He liked
he's killing kids.
Well, he liked to kill and dismember women and children.
Oh, now we're into dismemberment.
And then he would bury them on his property.
We're becoming a true crime podcast, which is basically all I listen to.
In Clarksburg, West Virginia.
How much land did he own?
It doesn't say. He was hung. It says hung, but
hanged.
But it should be hanged. Powers was hanged.
Maybe he was just well hung.
He could have been.
Maybe that's what they mean. Like he was hung.
That's why he dismembered. He didn't want anybody knowing.
So
in 1932.
Okay, so he
was strung up.
Back up. I need more info. We're not a true
crime
podcast,
and
I know you did no more research besides this one article.
Right.
I would have Googled. I'll get 9 or 10 tabs going in YouTube videos.
Well, I didn't have the time for that today.
today. You've known about this before today.
No,
okay.
This literally came up today. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Okay, you get a pass then.
This is interesting.
So do we know how he killed the women and children?
Well, I would imagine it's 1932. Probably stabbed them.
I mean, it could have been strangulation.
Oh, it could have been that too.
A lot of males.
I doubt it was gun. I doubt he was shooting people.
What I found is that a lot of messed up dudes that are serial killers really like the power and control of taking the life slowly.
So here's what powers lured unsuspecting widows to their deaths through lonely heart advertisements placed in periodicals.
It's like the Craigslist killer.
Yeah. And unlike Powell, who hunted his victims, I don't know who Powell is. Oh, Powell's the actor, sorry, in the movie. Powers trapped his victims and dismembered them in a ghastly basement hidden beneath a garage.
A garage with a basement?
A garage with a basement.
You ain't even that rich.
I want a garage with it, but that would be amazing.
When you do your new garage, you need to put a basement in it.
So Grubb, he was the author of the book.
Okay.
The love-hate tattoos came from where he sat down to have a beer, and a guy next to him who was nursing a beer, just kind of sipping on it.
Kind of like I am now.
Yeah, had a love and hate tattoo. Love on one side, hate on the other.
On his fingers.
On his fingers. And Grubb was so disturbed that he got up and left, and then made that part of the character.
So there was a real guy that had the love-hate.
Yes.
In West Virginia.
Where
Grubb went to the
But it wasn't the preacher.
No, so this isn't the original.
No.
So somebody had it. So we really don't know the origin still. We don't know why that guy got it because he didn't ask him.
Well, no, he didn't, but he was in West Virginia, so it originated.
But that's where it spread
Virginia.
from because he brought it into a media form of sorts.
Yes.
In his writing the book.
Yes.
Which then became a movie.
Yes.
So that's how it became widespread.
So that's how it became.
Now I want to know who that original dude was, who's definitely dead today, I'm assuming. Since
I would imagine 55.
I want to know why he got it. See, when I see people with unique tattoos, I'm like, hey, do you care to share your story with that? A lot of tattoos, like all of my tattoos have very heavy meaning. They're very personal to me.
I have 2, and they are as well.
And like my cousin, I hadn't seen her in a while. I saw her at, it's GW's daughter.
She's got a bodysuit.
Not quite, but she has a lot of tattoos. And one she had, I think it's on her leg if I remember, was a very well done just line drawing of a piece of pizza. And I'm going, hey, that's a new one. What's that for? And she goes, I just like pizza. And I was like, well, fair enough. I mean, your body, your money. But I was expecting because some of hers have deep meaning.
I like tacos. That's why I have a taco on my ankle.
I like tacos. That's why I have a taco between my legs. Wait, what?
I didn't realize you were
it's
transitioning.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just getting fatter.
Yeah.
I've actually lost weight.
You broke a chair.
Yeah, I broke a chair, and you said, maybe that should be motivation. I lost weight this week, so you're welcome. I lost a few pounds this week.
So I sent Paul a butt plug that has a tail on the end of it, so you can be a My Little Pony.
One of those furry ones or whatever?
Yep.
All right. Well,
that's the kind of shit we send back and forth to each other. I'm still trying to find the Grumpus thing.
Merry Christmas with the love-hate murderous pastor.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read some of my Christmas jokes?
Actually, yeah, go ahead, because I'm going to look up some Krampus stuff, and I think I may have some weird Christmas stories.
Well, you're going to have to interact with these.
Well, I'll interact. You talk, I'll listen.
First one.
Search.
Little Timmy, who has no hands, got a gift for Christmas. What was it?
Little Timmy, who has no hands, got a gift for Christmas.
Yeah. What do you think he got?
Hooks?
Gloves.
Boo.
I'm kidding. He couldn't even open the gift.
So fucking wrong.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not Timmy.
Obviously.
I guess he could knock with nubbins. All right. I was texting with a friend of mine and asked what he was up to. He replied, I've just finished raping my daughter's Christmas present. I sent him back saying, LOL, don't you mean rapping? No, he says, I got her a puppy. I forgot to mention these were dark humor jokes I looked up.
Yeah, they are.
Well, we had our dark joke episode that you deleted, and I thought, hey.
That wasn't seeing the light of day. I even passed some of the more the darker shit on to other people, and they're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have.
That would have been the episode that put us on the map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much worried about cancel culture, whatever that is, and that woke assholes. Like, anybody who's woke can go fuck themselves. Like, you can take your wokeness and you can shove it, clean up your woke ass. It wasn't that I was worried about. It was my job.
Especially given your stellar track record.
Right. I wasn't worried
So
about...
you did pass some of the jokes on to other people?
Oh, I did ask some people,
funny.
and I'm like, what do you think about this one? And I'd say it, and they'd be like, this isn't my response. This was my co-host's response. What do you say? And they're like,
oh, some of the stuff I said?
Yeah. No, it was all the stuff you said.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm just like, yeah. It's
So I had the two house my cousin runs that helps homeless people and people down on their luck.
Yeah.
Recovering addicts. There's a few guys that are working. They're doing this in a year like challenge where they're trying to see who can raise most charity for it. So they all have these different links where you can donate. I donated 50 to one of my buddies, 50 to another buddy, and then 49 to the third guy.
Okay.
Only because I've never met him in person. He is married to the younger sister of one of my buddies, one of the other guys doing the challenge.
Okay.
I've heard amazing things about him. He's a great guy. He volunteers his time. He never asks for anything back. But I said, I'm giving you $1 less just because I don't know you. Because they're jockeying back and forth for me to do these
Everybody gets $1.01. You get 1 cent.
You get 1
Fuck
cent.
you, because I don't know you.
And
you get $1 less.
He was like, yeah, we got to meet sometime. And I was like, absolutely. By the way, whatever you hear from Jay, Otero, GW, Kim, which is his wife, anything you hear from them, Jason,
is absolutely true.
It's all true. Believe it, 100%. They everybody agreed. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
but the Asian joke was funny. You got to give me that.
It was, but it was so not
inappropriate.
It was so inappropriate.
That's fair. But it landed. That would have been if Bill Burr said it, you would have laughed and he would have got another.
Oh
Netflix special.
yeah. Well, that's Bill Burr.
But because I say it, I'm never going to get to be Bill Burr because you're censoring me.
Yes.
And because I'm really fat and not bald.
And not a ginger.
He's not a ginger anymore.
Well, because he's bald, but it doesn't mean doesn't have a red beard.
All right. Here's one that's just a little longer. 3 coworkers stop off for drinks after work on Christmas Eve. Before long, things are totally out of hand. We've all been there, right?
I've never been to a work party that got out of hand.
No, but you've been to a place, podcast. We thought we'd record a 1-hour episode at a gym somewhere with a certain gym owner.
I have been to the party, and I'm the one out of hand.
Right. Well, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever told the story, but I got completely trashed off of doing like a 6-pack beer bong. Like blackout fucking drunk.
Oh, like all at once?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant like just a 6-pack of beer. And I was
no. Like 6 in the funnel, continuously running, just chugging the fucking...
I beer bong Goldschlager once.
Yeah, well, that didn't put you down on campus pissing on some fraternity house's front porch.
No.
While you're flying the finger at them. Like, you're just standing there like, fuck you!
See, this is why we need
And then you
video.
take off running across the street, trip over the curb, clear the sidewalk, and land in the bush of the sorority house across the street.
You said bush.
I did.
Anyway.
It would have been better if it was their bush, but...
So things got out of hand. They get completely wasted and get in the car to go to another bar. On the way, they crash into a wall and are all killed. They find themselves still buzzed at the pearly gates in front of St. Peter. He tells them, you guys are in luck.
You said Peter.
I did. Normally, we would take a pretty hard look at your lives, but right now, everyone's so busy getting ready for the big birthday party tomorrow. So we take it pretty easy. They're going to celebrate Jesus' birth, even though that happened sometime in the summer.
It did happen. It was June.
So we take it pretty easy. Just show me something that you have that's related.
I'm glad that you mentioned that you said that. Like it was sometime in the summer.
Yeah, it was. We can circle back.
Oh, let's do that. Let's
circle back.
Let's do that.
Show me something you have that's related to Christmas. We'll let you into heaven tonight. The first guy fumbles around his pockets and finds a lighter. He flicks and says, there you go. Christmas candles. St. Peter goes, fine, we'll take it. Go on in. The second guy pulls out his keys, jingles them, and says, Christmas bells. St. Peter says, that'll work. You're in. The third guy goes through his pockets, pulls out a skimpy pair of women's panties, and says, here you go, St. Peter. St. Peter says, what does a pair of panties have to do with Christmas? And the guy replies, they're carols.
That's a good one, actually.
That was an honest one. That was an appropriate one. That's when you can tell your priest.
Yeah.
Your rabbi.
Yeah.
Your rabbi that celebrates
Your
Christmas.
rabbi, your priest, your nuns.
Speaking of rabbi,
Sister Mary Clarence.
have you seen the video? Mo posted it, where Modest Yahoo is at some random like coffee shop, and this guy's singing one of his songs. You know who Modest Yahoo is?
He's the one that's like throw hands, right?
Modest Yahoo's the Jewish reggae hip hop guy. He made it big a few years back on like SNL and some late night shows.
Is he the guy that says you don't want to get with it? Like I'll throw hands.
No.
Okay, never mind. Then no.
No, you're thinking that's a black dude. No, Modest Yahoo came out.
That sounds like a black dude's name.
Fair enough. Google Modest Yahoo like on SNL or something. I don't know what that'll pull up because I can't see your screen. Matissahu.
We'll go with it.
I mean, if it's close, it's close.
Maisyahu.
Okay, so here. Just look at my phone.
His name's Matthew Paul Miller.
Look, here's Modest Yahoo.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Makes great music, right?
Okay.
Well, now he goes to this coffee shop and who knows where, and this guy's busking in there playing ukulele and singing songs, and Modest Yahoo starts singing along with him because it's one of his songs.
Okay.
And he now looks like. Let me find
a terrorist, because he kind of looked terroristy right there.
He's Jewish. He had a yarmulke on and the curls.
Yeah.
No, that's. I don't think that's a terrorist look. I think that's just you.
I think it was the long hair and the big beard and the darker complexion.
So now, yeah, and what I say is bad.
I mean, if my buddy Sean Carr had when my buddy Sean Carr grows out a beard, yeah, everybody clears the train.
So he's at this shop now. That's him.
Okay.
He looks like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Sean Penn. He's the blonde dude.
He's gray as fuck.
Well, that's like a light blonde. Not gray.
No.
So, okay, fine, whatever.
The grayest hair in your beard,
whatever,
and
okay,
mine,
fine,
that's the color of his hair.
It's really blonde, but it's gray. So this guy's singing his song, right? And he just kind of starts singing along.
I
with
love
him
the fact, and it's more visual for Randy than it is for the listeners.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just don't care. Straight chilling and vibing, just leaning back, dad bod.
No, that's not dad bod.
I don't know what you would call that.
I would call that fat. I would call that beer belly. He's been hitting the libations a little more than he should.
He's wearing a super loose shirt. I don't think it's like hanging off his back.
Yeah, hanging off his back.
What?
Because he's leaned forward. My shirt's hanging off my back too.
I think you're on some methadone right now.
I wish.
Anyway, so he starts singing with this guy kind of here and there, not taking over the show, but vibing with him.
Okay.
And at the end, he goes, "Hey, you got a great voice. Do you know who wrote that?" And he goes, "Yeah, Modest Yahoo." He goes, "Yeah, that's me." And the guy didn't know he'd changed his appearance at all. He's expecting the full Jewish priest look. Not Judas priest, Jewish priest.
It's actually called a rabbi.
And rabbi. Actually wrote Jewish priest on Mo's thing, and I had to correct it.
Let me go ahead and clarify that it's rabbi, because I did that time.
It is rabbi. Anyway, Modest Yahoo, then he's in whatever country to do a show, brings the dude on, lets him get on stage and do a song with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it when people do that.
I just thought it was really cool. You guys should check out the video.
Yeah.
But it was just cool to see.
I like it when people do that.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the Jesus not born in December thing.
Okay.
Because this has been a thorn in my side.
That's also a biblical reference for those of you that don't know.
For a while. Because, during
carbonation,
the Spanish Inquisition,
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition,
right? But they stole all of the basically. Who were they?
The Europeans. They stole everything.
Well, the Europeans always steal shit.
It's all Patrick.
Yeah. If I can just raiding shit.
They all go on about tea like they didn't steal it from the Asians.
Yeah, and then we threw it all in the harbor and they got pissed.
They got real mad about that.
Fucking treasonous colonials.
Now they call us names hundreds of years later.
No, but there were the pagans. The pagans had, it was
winter solstice.
It was winter solstice.
Yeah.
So the Catholics, I wouldn't even say the Christians, it was more the Catholics. They basically took a lot of the pagan holidays and made them Christian holidays. Christmas, Easter,
I think they
New Year's.
They didn't make them because the pagans still celebrated. But they went, well, we're going to celebrate something too. And tried to overtake them.
And they did.
So it's not like they made it because the pagans were like, well
no,
still
they didn't make
celebrating.
they took it from, they essentially took a pagan holiday and made it a Christian holiday.
Yeah, in so many words.
That's essentially, that's what they did. So I was trying to find information about when, because I don't know in the Bible.
Just like when everybody says that Die Hard's a Christmas movie, but it really came out in July.
Just make sure you go ahead and put some hot dogs and some cigarettes in your vents for John McClane on Christmas Eve.
Why? He ain't going to be there. The movie
You don't
came
know
out,
that.
The movie came out in July.
You don't know that.
That's when he was in the vents.
You don't know that he'll be there. I would also guess that most Christmas movies are made during the summer, not in the winter. During Christmas.
Yeah, no, this was released during the summer, though.
It doesn't matter.
Die
I
Hard
don't
was
care.
released in July.
I'm not arguing with you whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Because it's not.
That's fine. Just put it took place during Christmas, so just leave the cigarettes in the vent for John McClane.
I'm going to light a cigarette and leave it in your vent.
Well, depending on which vent you leave it in, it either catches the house on fire or it goes out.
I'm going to put a cigarette by the pilot light, so when your furnace kicks on, it lights a cigarette and just fills the whole house with smoke.
Oh, you can do that. I don't have a pilot light.
What do you have?
I don't have gas. There's no gas in this house.
Oh, I've heard
other
you have
than
gas.
me fucking blowing ass.
I've heard you have gas.
Unless it's me blowing ass, there is
So you
no
got
gas.
an electric one?
Everything's electric.
I can make that work.
All right. Well, good luck getting downstairs.
Why?
You broke a chair.
What's that have to do with getting downstairs? Gravity.
You're going to break the stairs.
Yeah, but I'll still end up in the basement.
You will end up in the basement.
Gravity's my greatest friend and my greatest foe. Depends on the situation.
I would say foe. Anyway.
Depends on the situation.
I don't know that the Bible actually says anything about the time that Mary was pregnant with Jesus.
Why don't we do this?
It's speculation.
I've done research on this and I've got notes. Why don't we circle back next episode?
I don't want to.
Okay.
So
I was going to say I've got some really good points that I think you'd enjoy.
Well, bring it up now.
I don't have it in front of me. I don't
You're
remember
supposed to take
them.
notes on this shit and keep it on your phone.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, your bad is right.
Your bad is right.
I know.
Your right is bad.
Yes.
Ugh. I've still got a heartwarming Christmas tale to tell.
We'll go ahead and tell it.
You want that now?
I mean, we might as well because you don't have any information about Mary and you supposedly done like 800 hours worth of research on it.
I've never studied 800 hours for anything in my life.
I'm just saying. That's what I heard. I heard he was born in June.
Long story short, sometime in the summer. It's hard to pinpoint.
Like around the 22nd.
No.
Or on the 22nd.
Definitely not on your
in
birthday.
1980.
No.
Like reincarnated
You're
several
right,
times
he did.
over.
And he's a white blonde guy. You're
Yeah.
right.
That can't speak English.
Right. Well, you got that down.
I'm there. He's got blonde hair.
Are you being blasphemous right now? So you're allowed to be
When am I not?
blasphemous, and I'm not allowed to be racist?
I mean,
Everybody listening, especially if it's your first time, I'm not racist.
I mean,
and you know I'm not because I say that.
I mean, yeah, I'm not racist either.
I'm not racist, but
I have never made a black joke in my life.
I wasn't even talking about the black joke. I'm talking about the Asian one I made that you didn't
Why not?
like.
See, there we go.
And that's why I love Mo.
Mo's the best.
All right, so here's a heartwarming Christmas story. It's one of those ones that it's a tearjerker at first, but then
this one says he placed Jesus' birth on March 28th.
Well, there you go. It's on the internet, so it's true.
That's ucg.org.
That's also Beth's birthday, believe it or not.
Oh, then Jesus. She's Jesus.
I'm kidding. Hers is March 22nd. But it's close. All right, so here's your story. This is your feel-good Christmas story. I want to take a sip of my 12 Dogs of Christmas and wet my whistle.
What if I don't want to feel good?
Then don't. You don't have a heart anyway, Grinch.
Hold on. I put up Christmas lights.
This one's a tale about
I put up blinky Christmas lights this year.
a child who had an unfortunate situation happen to him.
You just named every child in America.
Well, but this one wasn't killed by a love-hate pastor in 1932 or whatever.
Was not.
So, late last week, this is somebody else's story, not mine. Late last week, I was rushing around trying to get some last-minute shopping done. I was stressed out and not thinking very fondly of the Christmas season right then. It was dark, cold, and wet in the parking lot as I was loading my car up with gifts that I felt obligated to buy.
Never mind.
No, go ahead, bring it.
Nope.
You're passing on it?
Yep.
Okay. I noticed that I was missing a receipt that I might need later, so mumbling under my breath, I retraced my steps to the mall entrance. As I was searching the wet pavement for the lost receipt, I heard a quiet sobbing. The crying was coming from a poorly dressed boy of maybe 12 years old. He was short and thin. He had no coat. He was just wearing a ragged flannel shirt to protect him from the cold night's chill.
It's Tiny Tim.
It could be. Oddly enough, he was holding a $100 bill in his hand.
Counterfeit.
Good point. Thinking that he had gotten lost from his parents, I asked him what was wrong. He told me his sad story. He said that he came from a large family. He had 3 brothers and 2 sisters. His father died when he was just 9 years old. His mother was poorly educated and worked 2 full-time jobs. She made very little to support her large family. Nevertheless, she managed to save up $200 to buy her children Christmas presents. The young boy had been dropped off on the way to her second job. He was to use the money to buy presents for all his siblings and save just enough to take the bus back home. He had not even entered the mall when an older boy grabbed one of the $100 bills and disappeared into the night, he said.
What a fucker.
Yeah. Why didn't you scream for help, I asked. The boy said, I did. And nobody came to help you? I pondered. The boy stared at the sidewalk, sadly shook his head. Well, how loud did you scream? I inquired. The soft-spoken boy looked up and so meekly whispered, help me. He couldn't scream loud at all. Very soft-spoken. I realized that absolutely no one could have heard that poor boy cry for help. So I grabbed his other $100 bill and ran to my car.
What a dick.
Gotcha. Merry Christmas.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I mean, I apparently, because we've had this conversation, I'm in the at least the 2% in Central Ohio as far as income goes. So I'll just step all over the poor. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. He can't yell out anyway.
He can't yell loud and fuck him.
You should say, I'll trade you my 100 for your 100 to give him the counterfeit.
But then I wouldn't have some cool artwork on the wall.
No, but you'd have $100 in your pocket.
I would.
Yeah, that's all I got. I looked for dark humor Christmas stuff. I found that. And I knew I'd be able to get you on that one. Because it got me. I got into reading it where I forgot I was reading a Reddit dark humor Christmas thread.
So, I mean, this goes a bit further. And do you know where, let's see, I'm going to butcher the name of this, but it's...
Shocker.
I know. It's either Manalapan or Manalapan.
My favorite thing is that you said, do you know where something is? And then admitted you're not going to pronounce it right.
No, you're right.
No, I have no clue where Manila Vanilli is.
Manalapan.
Milli Vanilli Pan.
Manalapan.
No clue.
It could be Manalapan or
it could be
Manalapan.
It could be anal pan.
No, because anal's not even in there.
MANAL?
Oh, yeah, actually it is.
Anal pan.
It could be anal pain.
Anal pain. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Anal pain, New Jersey.
Creepy uncle's here.
So, God, well, this is Santa's Killer Christmas.
Uh-oh.
And this is from weirdnewjersey.com.
Santa has a love-hate tattoo on his knuckles.
And I'll read this, and then I think we're going to end the show.
We're going to rape it up?
Yep, rape it up. While Halloween is without a doubt...
We want to try that again?
Yeah.
Anal pain. Try
While
again.
Halloween is without a doubt the time of year most associated with all things creepy and scary, Christmas, too, has a long history of horror in popular culture. Generations before slasher films like Black Christmas and Silent Night, Deadly Night, terrified Yuletide audiences in theaters. Tales of cruel Krampus were causing kids to not sleep, so snug in their beds at night, in some cultures at Christmas time. And I'm still trying to find the Krampus information. Like, I really want one of their masks. I need a Krampus mask. So perhaps it's unprecedented for a certain private home in Manalapan, New Jersey, to decorate their property, not with the usual seasonal fare, but instead with more of a focus on the fear of Christmas cheer. Oh, sure. All the familiar characters and the imaginary associated with the season are here. Santa and Mrs. Claus and the elves, reindeer, snowman, etc. But they're all represented in decidedly different ways that you're not used to seeing.
Okay.
Motherfuckers be killing kids.
That's unfortunate.
There's an 8-foot-tall Grinch that dangles a screaming little girl menacingly in his claws. A giant horned Krampus has a child imprisoned in a small steel cage. A nightmarish Bumble, the abominable snowman from the beloved holiday classic Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, is eating the bloody brains from the head of a shackled corpse.
These are Christmas decorations?
Oh, yeah, they are.
You got pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to see these.
St. Nick's blood-soaked beard and Santa suit make him look more like a maniacal cleaver-wielding murderer than a jolly old elf. And speaking of elves, 2 demented-looking ones seem to be trying to tear a young girl limb from limb.
Oh. Why didn't she just kick them? They're like the same size.
Well, you'll see when you see the video, or the photos.
Okay.
But don't be too afraid, according to Chris Campbell, not Chris Crinkle. The homeowner...
Crinkle?
Crinkle.
Like crinkle cut fries?
Yeah. Crinkle cut fries.
Chris Crinkle cut fries.
Yeah. Kringle?
Kringle.
That sounds like Pringles to me.
We're all about potatoes here at the Buckhorn Podcast, apparently.
The homeowner who created the horrific holiday scene is all done in good fun. Weird New Jersey met with Chris in mid-December to speak to him about a somewhat less traditional display. Usually we go big.
Me too.
Chris explained. The last few years we've done the typical Christmas thing. We've done the Winter Wonderland where we had the whole walkthrough. So we're always stuck with Christmas Trail. You know that everybody does. Like whatever's typical, I always wanted to do something a little bit darker, like a Nightmare Before Christmas. So I did the Grinch at first, and then it came out that just a little bit more dark. And then I just had the idea where I took a lot of the Halloween props, like these clowns, and just redecorated them for Christmas. This guy's a fucking nut job.
There you go.
There's more to this article, but I'm not going to sit and read it all.
There's been a skeleton up, one of those like 12-foot skeleton decorations.
Yeah.
Somebody had up at Halloween somewhere in Pickaway County. Well, it's making the Cyto Post fake news because once Halloween was over, they decorated for Thanksgiving. Like a big giant skeleton.
They just put a little belted hat on him, like a pilgrim.
And then now it's decorated for Christmas, and I'm like, this is going to be a thing.
It's going to, yeah.
There's going to be like a MLK Jr. 12-foot skeleton, and a Valentine's skeleton, and an Arbor Day skeleton. And
the people up the road, they decorated for Thanksgiving in October.
Okay.
And by decorate for Thanksgiving, they put out orange Christmas lights.
I think orange works with October, too. Very Halloween-y, pumpkins and stuff.
It does, but they had like turkeys out and some other shit.
I thought you were going to say they decorated by hanging up turkeys upside down with their heads off so the blood could drain out.
That would be better. But then they didn't swap out their Halloween decorations and their Thanksgiving decorations.
So they're still up?
Until a week ago.
Oh, I'd rather them still stay up. I think it'd be awesome.
It was like a week ago they decided, we're going to put up our Christmas decorations now. All right, great, whatever. Yeah, so I'll show you the photos here, and I may post a link in the show notes. And if you can figure out how to type the pronunciation of this, you can just type the pronunciation in.
Anal pain.
Whatever I say, but I'm pretty sure it's anal pan.
Anal pan?
Yeah.
That works.
Anal pain. Anal pan. Manlala pan. Mana la pan. I don't know. It's Jersey. Who gives a shit?
Ew.
I mean, literally, who gives... I mean...
I don't...
It's gross. It's like New York City. New York's disgusting, too. People shitting in the streets. It's like San Francisco.
Last one. Scroll, now on Facebook, there seems to be Instagram and TikTok videos, like, sporadically.
Yeah.
But I saw one that the quote said, before I clicked on, the quote said, the things you see in L.A. So I'm like, okay. I click it because there's this guy squatting by like a square, not a manhole, but like a square... like hatch in the ground, the sidewalk.
Yeah, they're usually to get to the cellar of a building.
You see a lady's face from like the nose up in it. So I click on it, and all that happens is she pokes her head out and looks at the woman and says, "Hey, bitch, why don't you turn off your phone before I effing kill you?" It goes back down.
Wow. All right.
And that's the end of the video. So yeah, I'm not going to visit L.A. because there are ground goblins that want to kill you.
I have no intention of visiting California again.
I've never been. I would like to see Northern California.
So I was in San Francisco.
If you're going...
When I was there, it was nice.
To San...
But they apparently now have just people shitting in the streets, and they have an app so that you can avoid people who shat in the streets.
There's an app?
There's an app for it, yes.
Here in the Midwest, we have geocaching. Over there, they have G-poo caching.
Yeah, they have.
Where you know to stay away from instead of go to.
But like I went to the Redwood Forest. That was cool.
Yeah, that's in that one song about America.
But the
Redwood Forest.
I would say that if you just followed the fault line and the state border and California just fell into the ocean.
Like, oopsie daisy.
I wouldn't blink twice.
I would feel bad for innocent lives lost.
I would blink once because you have to naturally, but I wouldn't be like, oh. I'd be like, fuck them.
I hate all those innocent people.
Even the people that most of the...
No, I'm talking about the innocent, like the children that were born there against their will. Well.
They can run away.
Run away to not California.
Yeah, they can run away to Nevada. They can run away to Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada's much better. Go die in a desert.
Or work the streets.
Or get raped in Las Vegas.
In a casino. I mean, either way, that's better than living in L.A.
In L.A.?
I mean, just the whole state of California can go fuck itself.
I think they do.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But they can fuck themselves straight into the ocean.
They've officially made it illegal to buy a small engine now. Generator, small gas-powered weed eater.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
Emissions.
No. They're the only state that everybody else has to regulate their car shit to that. Oh, it's 50 states legal. No, that just means that it's usable in fucking California.
Yeah.
Eat shit. Hell, half the people I know around here don't even run catalytic converters on their cars.
Yeah, because all the crackheads steal all ours.
Well, when you have that shit going on, you just kind of patch it.
With a beer can.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it,
beer
whatever.
Can and a couple little
some band clamps, you're set to go.
Clamps, yeah, you're good.
California has like the shittiest fucking rules, and then New York City itself is just as bad.
We've already talked about what states chapped our cheeks. Do we have to rehash this right now? It's Christmas. This is our Christmas episode.
Because
it's supposed to be full of joy.
I found out
with serial killing pastors.
You ready? I found out that in the state of New York, you can have a concealed carry.
Okay.
Cool. But you can't take your concealed carry into the city of New York.
I don't want to go to the city of New York anyway. So,
well, no one. Fine. I mean, really, no one does.
No, lot of people.
They all moved out of fucking New York. All the smart people moved out of New York.
The Impractical Jokers still live there.
That's that. Who gives a fuck about them?
I love that show.
I could give a shit.
I mean, they didn't affect my life, but I do like the show.
Yeah,
it's funny.
If they fell into the ocean too, I wouldn't blink an eye. I wouldn't even bat an eye.
I would.
Nah.
When you got a guy that like wants to help his local fire department he used to work for before he made it big, I respect that.
That's Steve Buscemi.
That's also Q on Impractical Jokers.
No, he can go away.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yes.
Great answer. You selfish.
Hey,
anal pain.
The other one who's like, oh, yeah, you too. Yes, that's going to be my answer from here on out. When someone says Happy Holidays, I'm like, yes.
Just say
Merry Christmas.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
That is what we do.
I'm going to say no. You say yes. I'm going to say no. Happy Holidays. No.
Nah, bitch.
Absolutely not.
Nah, bitch.
Happy Holidays.
Nah, bitch.
Happy Holidays.
Anyway.
The world is anal
burning.
Pain, and we are giving it to you.
Well, anal pain and burning, I guess, would go hand in hand with it.
Probably. Can't have one without the other.
It burns.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
All right.
It hurts when I pee.
Oh, my God. Okay, so, hey, you get a chance. Anything from Thirsty Dog is actually really good.
I don't think I've had anything besides this.
It's just not their 12 Dogs at Christmas.
But I have drank my whole beer.
But Thirsty Dog does a really good job. They're here in Akron,
I just about made a great mistake.
And drank a bottle cap.
Yes.
That would have
Because I
been
always
amazing.
fold my bottle cap up, put my bottle, and I was like, oh, there's a little beer left. And I went to swig it, and then I heard it clink.
Oh, that would have been
I
so good.
always...
I don't think I
pop
can
bottle?
give you the Heimlich.
Oh, I don't think you could. No, I'm a goner.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
done.
I'm just going to sit there and watch.
I would get into this chair to die in the chair I broke. That would be my legacy.
Well, I mean...
And then you'd have to get one of those metal plaques to put right here that says,
I don't know that I
in
would
love
do
and
that.
memory of Randy and his fat
So I got to build
butt
a frame for that fucking
broke
chair.
the wheel on this chair.
You broke the frame on the chair.
Whatever.
So my plan is now to build a frame under the chair.
You know what I just realized? I got you a Christmas gift one week, and then the next week I broke your chair.
Yeah. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Happy holidays.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a piece of 3/4 inch plywood to reinforce the frame on that, and then just put some legs on it. But then you can't sit in it.
Yeah, I don't want to sit in it. I don't trust your craftsmanship.
Just put it on the floor.
It's for display only.
You sit on the floor.
You sit over there with Diesel. Not on his bed though. That's Diesel's bed.
Oh, he wouldn't let you in there anyway. He'd grumble the entire time.
I bet I could spoon Diesel right now.
He'd be like,
It'd take me a minute to get down there, but no, he would love her.
you think?
He gets mad if I get out of my truck and I don't scratch his head.
Oh, he gets irritated.
Yeah, he just like stares. He's like, "No, you are here."
He stands in the doorway until we pat him on the head. He won't let us through the door.
Yeah, you got to. That's why every time I come here, the first thing I do when I get out, what do I say?
Hey, Diesel boy.
Hey, Diesel boy. And I go give him a little ear scratchy because he's a good boy.
He is a good boy. He is having more and more issues with his
He's so old.
poor back legs.
He's so old.
Well, for his doggy age, yeah.
He's like John Madden. It's like, holy crap, dude, that guy's still alive?
Does Madden still do like the obvious call
Madden
outs?
hasn't been on TV for years.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
shows you where I give a shit.
Yeah. I think we were wrapping this show up, weren't we?
We were, and then
We started
we started talking about other shit. I started watching a new show on Netflix,
called.
F1 Driven to Survive.
I have not watched that.
It is good. I got yelled at by Mo. Mo was like, because I started on season 3
How did you get yelled at by Mo?
through text message.
Just block him.
No, I talked to Mo and Jason almost daily,
I don't. They like you better than me.
pretty much.
That's fair. I like you three better than I like myself. So
I mean, I've also known both of them for 13 years consecutively, combined.
consecutively.
Combined.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't forget them for a few years.
Yeah. No, I've known Jason for 10 years, and I've known Mo for
I've
3 or
known
4
Jason
years.
since we first had him on the podcast. No, I've known of Jason for a while, but I've never known Jason.
Yeah.
And Mo, I really only knew once we started the podcast, so a few years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the
Oh well. But I've known you for 20-some
I
years.
know. Well, pretty close.
Well,
I moved up here in 99,
It was early 2000s when we
and
were.
I bought my GTI in 2001.
Yeah. That's 20 years ago.
So 20 years.
Closest. It's so close.
Yeah, and all that Ohio VW shit's gone.
Is it gone?
It's on.
It's on Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I want
the
nothing.
old site.
I want nothing to do with. Well, Ohio VW is now owned by one of the dealerships. I think it's MAG.
Oh, they purchased it?
When
Purchased
the lease on the URL, when it expired and Ben didn't renew it,
They
MAG
bought it.
swapped. Yeah, they swooped in and picked it up.
Oh my.
I don't blame them. I mean,
No, but that's bullcrap. Anyway,
how's it
what are we
bullcrap?
talking about?
yeah. So if I go to Ohio VW, it takes me to MAG Volkswagen. They bought the URL and put in a redirect. How's it bullcrap though? Ben was the guy who
You should have let that belch in the mic.
No, because people don't want to hear people burping on the
That sounded moist.
on the show. How's it bullcrap? Ben didn't keep the site up. He let the URL go, and the dealership came in and picked it up.
If Ben wasn't going to keep it up, he should have passed it on to another person or team of people who would run it. It was an organic club.
I tried.
I'm not saying you didn't.
No, I know. I'm just.
But I just hate when corporations go, hey, somebody worked really hard and built this and grew this thing organically over the years, and it affected a lot of people, and there's a lot of good times and memories associated with it. Let's buy it so we can redirect it to our car dealership.
Nope. I mean, that's what happened. But
That's what I'm saying is bullcrap.
it's
Now, if I was
Ben
that-
would not give that up. I tried to get that from him.
If I was the
several
dealership,
different
would I
times.
do it? Yeah.
Oh hell yeah,
But I still don't like it.
yeah you would. you'd do it and you like it.
That's kind of like when Clay started Columbus Cars and Coffee, built this great thing where hundreds of any kind of vehicle could come out. And then these exotic a-holes built another one and said, we're the real Columbus Cars and Coffee like 15 years later. That's bullcrap.
It is. I agree with you, but I mean, and which one is the one that's more prominent?
I don't care. Let's wrap it up.
I mean, it is what it is. Is what it is.
Diesel wants to go too. It's time.
Yeah, he's pointing.
We're done. This was a great Christmas episode.
Check out Thirsty Dog.
Very Christmassy.
Well, I mean, we didn't do our Christmas countdown because it was the same thing like 2 years in a row.
We weren't going to do the
music
songs.
and all that shit.
No, actually, I meant the beer was very Christmassy, though.
The beer was
You said check it out. I said it's very Christmassy. The beer is Christmassy. It's good.
Next year, keep an eye out for the barrel-aged 12 Dogs of Christmas Ale.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's real good. I want to see if I'm still going to try to find a bottle or two of the bourbon
went
version.
up near Akron and looked.
Well, if you're up there next week, you can check.
I won't be.
In between Christmas and New Year. All right, well, I'm Mo, he's Randy. We're out.
Peace.
See ya.